Hello everyone, VikingGuitar here, and today we're going to be talking about a very specific element of processing DI guitar sounds through amp simulators. Specifically, we're going to be talking about impulse responses. But Eric, you say, haven't you already done a video about guitar impulse responses and how they're one of the most important parts of crafting a guitar tone? Yes, I have! However, today we're talking about a very specific brand of impulse responses. This is not a paid promotional video, but this is something that you, a guitarist, might be interested in if you're looking to craft tones based on specific artists and albums. Now, as I'm sure you know, an impulse response is a digital profile that captures the sound of a guitar speaker cabinet with a mic in front of it, basically everything after the amp head itself. And impulse response companies generally package those based on the cabinet used, the mic used, the angle of the mic to the cabinet distance, things like that. However, JZIR impulses have taken a slightly different approach. Instead of capturing cabinets and mics, what JZIR does is capture guitar tones from specific albums from specific artists. I'm not going to go into the process he uses for that. He has documentation on his channel. This is Jason, who runs JZIR I'm referring to here. But the nice thing about these is that they don't require a whole lot of tweaking. Now, as a mixing engineer, I'm not going to say that you can toss an impulse response on a guitar recording and not have to do any tweaking to the EQ or the mix or anything. That's not how this stuff works. However, these are very accurate for getting you really close to the sound you're looking for from a specific album by a specific artist. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to demonstrate a few of them. I'm going to be playing a few riffs from some of the albums that he's used as inspiration for these impulse responses. I'm not going to be playing the actual songs in the video because I don't want YouTube to flag it. I'm also not going to be changing the tuning of my guitar to match the differing tunings across these albums because that's just a lot of work. I don't want to do it. Also, I'm not going to be using a metronome, and I'm not going to be having any sort of backing track here. This is strictly so you can listen to the raw guitar tone through an amp sim, through the impulse response with no additional post-processing. Also, I'm going to use a few different amp sims. One of the nice things about these impulse response packs is that when you buy one, it basically gives you different impulse responses for a huge amount of amp sims that are on the market. So all you have to do is load up the amp sim first in the signal chain, load up an impulse response loader with the impulse in question, and that's it. You're good. So what I'm going to do is use a couple of different amp sims with their related impulse responses, just so you can hear how similar those are. There's not a whole lot of variation there. Anyway, here are the songs we're going to be covering. First off is You Gotta Believe by Anthrax off the album For All Kings. Second, we're going to be playing a bit of Esoteric Surgery from Gojira's album, The Way of All Flesh. Third, we're playing a riff from Lateralus by Tool. Then we're going to be turning back the clock a little bit. We're going to be playing a riff from the song Time Machine off the Black Sabbath album Dehumanizer. Then we're going to be playing a little bit of Static X, the song Push It from their debut album Wisconsin Death Trip. And lastly, we're going to be playing a riff from the opening song off Cannibal Corpse's album, Bloodthirst. That song is called Pounded into Dust. If you're interested in learning more about this, head over to jzir.gumroad.com. For all of you watching, thanks for taking the time. If you have any questions about mixing, mastering, recording, production, any of that stuff, feel free to reach out. And in the meantime, as always, keep the world metal.